guys, I'm Tempest Mask 1000, and I'm here with a pretty big announcement. So for those that are watching my Pokemon Ruby Destiny Reign of Legends Nuzlocke series, you're probably aware that I've been intending on making it into a story comic featuring Zane and his team. Over the time spent in between, I've been preparing the story and what you all are going to see, such as art and ideas. Some of the ideas I got in mind are ones I've discussed with some friends of mine, and all seem plausible or usable at the moment. But this is where things get interesting. See, my original name, Man in the Mask 1000, originated from my wanting to make a YouTube channel that directly connected to my Poke Community account, which I started using again this year. I still go by the name Man in the Mask, but have updated my icon to resemble my little character me that you all have been seeing at the end of my videos, not to mention the one that you are watching right now. In any case, I've been able to talk to Destin Jagold, the maker of the Ruby Destiny series. He agreed to help answer any questions I have about Reign of Legends whenever I need to learn about a few tidbits in Gento or whatnot. That's not the only thing I want to mention. Reign of Legends recently released a 2016 update titled 2016 V4, and you can find it right now on Poke Community. I'll leave a link to the post in the description. Just a reminder that it's a .ups file, so you'll need a Pokemon Ruby ROM and a program to patch the UPS to. Other than that, the new version fixes some errors or bugs that you might have experienced before. I recently downloaded it and was successfully able to transfer my save file to it. So the Nuzlocke will continue to go as planned. And last but not least, I'm to address something that might be fairly helpful to the game itself. I've received permission from Jay Gold to help fix up the game's small inconsistencies or whatnot, as well as the overall aesthetics to make it a little more cleaner. As you may know, the game includes Pokemon from Generation 4, yet the Pokedex entries and cries seem to remain from the Pokemon that these additions were meant to replace. I've already began the task of fixing that, and so far have completed changing the Pokedex color categories as well as the species names to each of them. This means that Palkia, who replaces Kangaskhan, is once again the spatial Pokemon, and not the parent Pokemon, for example. Another thing I've just finished changing is the egg moves, to which each of the Pokemon added in now have the right egg moves and egg groups that they would normally get in Gen 4, though only regarding the moves that exist from the first generation to the third generation. Also, the map headers have no more unnecessary extra spaces now, such as Sunford Town and Snowsoft City. I also successfully changed another factor that technically is important to all the Pokemon inserted into the game. If players of the game have noticed that some of the added Pokemon have strange things such as unfitting experience growth rates, catch rates, and abilities, it's because that was something that also needed to be changed. So with that completed, I'm going to try and see if I can put up a download link for the current update builds that I've got right now. As an added note on egg moves, however, I will have to confess that while some moves that were available in Ruby, Sapphire, and so on were given as egg moves in later on games, for example, Mantike has Amnesia as an egg move in the games of Gen 6, they will not be included, as I will stick to the game's theme of bringing in 4th generation Pokemon to a 3rd generation game. At least as of now, of course. On the bright side, all egg moves that were only accessible through Heart Gold and Soul Silver will be given to the said Pokemon that fall under the stipulation. What remains in terms of all the Pokemon is the Dex entries themselves and the correct heights and weights. So by the time I've got that step completed, the Pokemon from the 4th generation should be more true to their species as presented from the games of Gen 4. Finishing this will be when I present the next update and have it set available for download. Now, the next step in this cleaning process will require some involved scripting. I'm going to add something in Pokemon Ruby Destiny Reign of Legends that pretty much all modern-day Pokemon games have. Ever since the 4th generation, there was a new feature added that allowed catching legendaries to be less worrisome. Let's say I fought Giratina, and I accidentally fainted it with one of my strong Pokemon. Or I had to run away because I ran out of Pokeballs. The cool part is that once you beat the champion, these legendaries would then be able to be rematched. That originally wasn't a thing presented within the 3rd generation games, thus making the moment of a battle a now or never sort of thing. I'm going to see if I can fix that problem with Ruby Destiny, so that when it comes down to those tough legendaries that make capturing a pain in the neck, you can always give it a second go every time you enter the Hall of Fame. Completing that step will be when I release the third update for you guys to try. Once that's accomplished, the next step is to fix the Pokemon cries and input the correct ones for each of them. Unfortunately, the program which I was able to usually do such with back then, called Advanced Cry or A-Cry, does not seem to have a viable download link as of right now. I will therefore look for an alternative method to do such. In addition, Shadow Lugia will have its own cry, one that will be very similar to what Cry already has, but one that also makes it somewhat different from the real Lugias. Now I'm going to make a small spoiler right here, but there's such a thing as Baby Lugia in the game. I'm going to try and make Baby Lugia's new cry sound like a step down from the real Lugia's. And last but not least, the first original legendary of Ruby Destiny, Angealin. It's been known to have two cries, one being a lower toned Cresselia cry, and the other being Rhyperior's cry. I could either make a custom cry from scratch, or just make something that sort of takes some elements from either and mix them into one. I will also fix the Pokédex order, being that the programs of nowadays definitely make that possible. I'll see if there's anything else that has to be done, because once that's accomplished, there will be two final changes to be added in as part of this current plan. I will be fixing up some of the overall aesthetics of some of the characters and maps. While I can't completely say which people or areas are definitely going to get that kind of treatment, one thing I can confirm is the Professor, Birch. While having Birch in the game isn't too much of a problem, it still is something that was left in the game. The reason I think changing this is a good idea is only because it would sort of help strengthen Gento's own sort of identity. Reign of Legends starting out is said to sort of be like J-Gold figuring out what he could do overall, such as what he could add and so on. While Reign of Legends is still overall a great game regardless of such, I think it would be much more interesting to have a brand new professor added into the game. This process would also include fixing some warps or inconsistent details that are found on some of the maps in the game. What I've already accomplished in the latter regards a few things you might remember me encountering in my Nuzlocke, one being the invisible solid in Sunford Town's Pokemon Corner. By the way, remember the Vigoroth from the Moving Company at the beginning of the game that does the macho cries instead of their own? And remember the broken door warp from Ultima City? I was actually able to fix both of those, so it'll be little stuff such as that, as an example. I will release more details about the new professor once I have a solid idea as to what he'll be like, and the updates on the maps once I make progress on whatever needs some fine-tuning. So, stay tuned. Lastly, there are some Pokemon in the game who are now just basic standalone Pokemon, as their evolutions were recycled into the added Sinnoh Pokemon. While this isn't so bad, this does mean that I could at least add in more for the sake of allowing more Pokemon in the game to be fully present instead of being placeholders. And that's pretty much it. This is going to be the overall plan with cleaning up Ruby Destiny Reign of Legends, and I hope you guys are excited to see what I can do for this awesome fan-made ROM hack. Remember that this will not stop me from continuing my Nuzlocke. It could, however, potentially slow it down, since I do not want to make it look like the process of me cleaning up Ruby Destiny is going to make me go against the rules in the Nuzlocke. The only reason I'm doing this now is because I don't have any Sinnoh Pokemon on my team, which technically means that by doing this, I'm not altering any of my teammates whatsoever, so I hope you all understand. But do know that I will release other videos here and there, such as top number lists, segments that I've done in the past and probably should have done more episodes on, and so on and so forth. So if you enjoyed my announcement, feel free to share it and maybe hit that like button too. Feel free to subscribe if you want to know when my new videos come out, and you can also check me out on the social medias. Thanks guys for watching. I'm Tempest Mask 1000, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, amici miei!